Welcome back everyone, this is Mondo Olte, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of the brand new collector's edition. This is going to be Starfire. This is going to be number 11th. As always, I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the support channel, put the key up to date, and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box, so what the front of the box looks like. This side, this is number 11, as mentioned. There you go. The back, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, we do come with a card. The front of the card looks like for Starfire. The back of the card. And of course, it comes with a card stand, something we've seen before, nothing too crazy. And of course, you just slide in the card, just like so. Boom, there you go. Put this back there. It does come with accessories. It comes with two of these green flames. You can put it on her hands. It looks like you just slide in the hands, just like so. Or her fist, I should say. There's two of them. And it comes with a flying stand, which is actually, I like these. I wish McFarlane actually sold them. So, there you go. Now, let's talk about the articulation on this figure. So, head, left, right. Head right, it's a little weird because of the hair, but it's present, it's there. Up, down, it's not the greatest because of the hair, as you can see perfectly. Shoulder articulation, bicep, elbow, wrist, torso, and then we'll do swivel, then we'll do leg articulation, knees, ankles, if I can get it to work, and toes as well. So overall, the articulation on this figure is good. It's just going to be the head because of the whole long hair. It does hit, so you are limited in terms of the head articulation, but it's good overall. Now let's talk about this figure because, let's be honest, a lot of us have been waiting for a Starfire figure. Boom, she has arrived, and I gotta say, the headpiece, it is top notch. One, the green eyes. I'm a sucker for white eyes, but green, perfectly fine. Then you got the painted lips, the eyebrows, and in terms of, also, you know, the paint, very, very subtle, but actually paint on her cheek as well, too. It's like a very, very brush, like red on her cheek. I don't know if my camera can pick it up, but there's a little bit of red on their cheek. And in terms of the actual, like, face dimension or sculpture, it is top notch. And then you add in the hair. The hair looks really, really nice. Very long hair, but very stylized hair, which I like. But I do like the whole shadowing, however, it's like a magenta color, and then it kind of shadows in a little bit. I wish it was a bit more like transition into her typical orange hair, which is fine though. But the hair is very, very stylized, unique, and I like that. Very long too. But the headpiece itself, just top notch. The lips on the painted red lips just pops, and of course with the green eyes, she looks menacing, but also sexy at the same time. It's kind of a mixed thing, and so this headpiece, I gotta say, it is just top notch. Again, collector's edition. To me, collector's edition is the way to go because you get headpieces like this, and McFarlane nailed the headpiece on Starfire. Then you have here the arms. The arms do look somewhat similar to another figure, which I'll show in a bit, but here's going to be the shoulder. Nice, painted orange. Also, to her skin. The skin is fine, the skin tone paint. Then you got the orange skin on here. Then you have here the arm, just slim arm, not much to it. And then you have here, of course, the purple. And then it looks like it's going to be like a lighter purple right on the outline on there. And then you have the fist over here. And the other arm is going to be identical. Right? Same thing over here. It's the fist. Then you have the torso on here. You have here, I think it's like a medallion. I'm not too sure. I haven't read too much of the Titan stories, so I don't know much about this diamond or medallion. But there's that. Nice green. I wish it was like a glossy green. That would pop even more, but it's all good though. And again, the upper body, it does looks similar to another figure, which I'll show in a bit. But there you go. Not much to it. Not a whole lot of like detail sculpture. She is kind of busty. And here's going to be the hair. The hair is just really, really, really nice. Very, very stylized. It's one of those unique hairs that you can have her pose a certain way. It just looks really, really good. Look at that, right? Boom. You can have something like this looking at you this way. It looks good. Even from the back, looks good. Even have you have it like almost so she's looking down. The hair also still just looks incredible. And here's going to be the back of the body, which hopefully you can see a little bit of it right there. Not much to it. Right? It's just all painted on here, which is a bit unfortunate. I wish it was more sculpted design, but that's how she looks in the comics, so it is what it is. And so overall, I gotta say, the upper body on this figure, it's really good. The headpiece, though, is gonna be the standout. That's where a lot of your money went on this particular figure, because for the value of money for this figure, which I'll talk about more in a bit when I compare it with the other figures, you don't get a lot for your money. But a lot of your money went on this headpiece, and I'm telling you, when you see this headpiece, you're going to be glad that a lot of it went on the headpiece, because it looks really, really nice. The body itself, it's fine, not much to it. I don't hate it or anything, but the standout's going to be the headpiece. Does she do squats? It's somewhat, not the greatest, but also not the worst, so that's that. There's back of the hamstring, back of the legs. Again, it looks somewhat familiar. It's because it is similar to another figure, which I'll show in a bit. Not 100%, but you'll get the idea. And there's the back of the boot. There is the side of the feet. Right, I do like the little paint right here, purple paint. I like how it's like outlined right here. Gives it a little extra look to it, which I like. There's the front of the shins. The knees are painted. And then the legs. The legs aren't really muscle definition. It's just plain legs. Similar to the arm, just slim. The legs are also slim. A little bit thick, but you get the idea though. And here's going to be the waist. Or the diapers, if you call it. Right, you got this little design on here. You can actually feel it. It's actually sculpted on there. It's not painted. And so, overall, I got to say, this figure, the figure looks good. The main standout is going to be the headpiece. The body itself, it's cool, I like it, but the headpiece along with the hair, that's where all your money went. And so, overall, I gotta say, it looks really, really nice. Again, it's one of those, you have to see the headpiece in person, because once you see it in person, you'd be like, damn, that's a good looking headpiece. And so, the figure itself, though, overall, I think it looks really, really good. I'm glad we got a Starfire. We've been wanting a Starfire figure to complete the Titans, like, display piece, and here we have Starfire. I know there's a Platinum Edition, which I have to the right, which I believe is called Blackfire. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not too familiar with Starfire's lore, but there is a Platinum one. Hopefully I can get it. If not, it's all good, though. But for this particular figure, I like this figure, and I'm so glad we got a Starfire figure, and it looks this good. But, of course, the main question is it really worth it? Should we go out and get this figure? Now, for the price... Okay, for the price, I would say it's a fair price for what you're getting. As I mentioned a little bit early on in the video, for the value for what you're getting for this figure, it's not the greatest. Because you do get 2 accessories, and that's it. And of course, you do get the flying stand, which I appreciate it, but that's pretty much it. And so for 30 bucks, it's one of those, like, it's more of a fair price. Yeah, I just don't really see the value of it of 30 bucks. If it came with maybe an extra pair of hands, okay, fine. Maybe extra accessory, fine. But for 30, it's... I mean, this thing has been selling like hotcakes, so it's one of those you kind of have to pay the 30 bucks. If you don't, you might miss out. And so, I don't hate it for the price of 30 bucks. It's just, it's not the greatest for value for money. Apart from the price, though, what I think about the figure itself, I like the figure. The headpiece is a standout. The body itself, it's cool, it's fine. I mean, it's Starfire. It's more comic accurate, so there really isn't too much to it. But the headpiece, it is where your money went. And so, the figure overall, I really, really, really like this figure. And again, I like it because we finally complete the Titan set. I believe we're missing Cyborg. Well, technically we have a Cyborg, the Flashpoint, but you get what I'm saying, though. So overall, what do I give this figure? I give it a thumbs up. even though I do have my gripes in terms of the price, because for the price, for the money, for what you're getting, it's not the greatest compared to others, which I'll show in a bit. But the headpiece, I'm telling you, once you see the headpiece, the paint, the detail and sculpture, and of course with the hair, you're going to be like, okay, you might not get a lot for your money, but you see where the money went. It's going to be the headpiece. The body itself, it's a bit of a reuse from another figure, but the headpiece, brand new, and it looks this good. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Here we have another collector's edition figure. It's going to be Sinestro from the Yellow Lantern. Now, as I mentioned in the video regarding the pricing to me is a big thing for this. And so, for what you're getting for the price, it's not the greatest. And I know some of you might say, well, Mondo, Sinestro have the same thing. It came with 2 accessories, right? The Yellow Lantern and, of course, the claws, whatever it's called. But here's the difference. The paint on this figure is just top notch, right? Just look at that pearl paint. Look at the yellow paint on it, right? That pearl yellow paint just pops. Even also the black paint on the body. Even though the design is very simple, but that paint quality just pops. When you have a lot on it, like I do, it just pops even more. And the headpiece looks good. I would say Starfire is a bit better, but the headpiece is also really, really good. But the quality of the paint used on Sinestro just pops a lot more compared to Starfire. Even though Starfire has brighter colors, but look at the difference though. Which one pops more? Right? It's going to be the Sinestro because of that pearl paint. So, for the value of money for Starfire, again, I don't hate the figure. I like it, but it's not the best value. Perfect example, the quality of paint on here, just, I'm sorry, but it's a lot better on here compared to this one. Now, as I mentioned about the pricing, another example right here. In terms of the headpiece, yes, this is a far better headpiece compared to Wonder Woman. I don't hate this one. This is good. This is far better. But for the value for money, this one is probably still the best one. For 30 bucks, you get extra pair of hands. You get the sword, you get the axe, you get the shield, and you get the lasso, right? This one, you get the 2... these things right here, and maybe the flying stand. You see what I'm saying? So again, I don't hate it, just the price is like, if it came with maybe an extra pair of hands, or maybe an extra accessory, like green accessory, something just a little bit more, then I would say, okay, great. But for 30 bucks, again, this is 30, this is 30. Get the extra pair of hands, lasso, or 3 accessories, or technically 4, right? So you got the sword, lasso, axe, and the shield for 30 bucks and a pair of extra hands. This one, 2 hand accessories, that's it. Maybe the flying stand, but is the flying stand really worth the extra few dollars? I don't know, because I don't do the production, but I hope you get what I'm saying, though. Here we have Batwoman. This is going to be the Batwoman from the Amazon exclusive. Now, as I mentioned in the video, that this is somewhat a reuse of another figure. It's going to be, of course, Batwoman. Just look at the legs. I mean, it's not 100% reuse, but you'll see what I mean. So, look at the arms, right? Come on, let me fix this. There you go. Arms, very, very similar in style, right? Slim arms. You got this little piece right here, also present here on Starfire. The forearms are going to be different, of course, but you get the idea. Then also 2 on her chest, right? Look at the little... Hopefully, I can show you guys. Sorry for the camera angles and the lighting. I'm trying to test out something new with the lighting. But anyways, right, look at the little... Right here in the chest, also present here on the chest. Then you also have the legs as well too, right? This kind of style right here, also present here. The knees, you get the idea. Yes, there are some differences, but what I'm trying to get at is that this figure, it's a bit of like a kit bash per se, or whatever they call it. Reuse some parts from Batwoman. So I'm bringing this up is because if this was an all new sculpture design and for 30 bucks, for the limited amount of accessories it comes with, okay, fine. But it's somewhat reuse of this, so it's... I'm hoping that I get my point across in terms of the pricing for what you're getting. The value for money, it's not the greatest. Here we have another great looking figure. We have Donna Troy from the Titans Build-A-Figure wave for Beast Boy. Another badass female character. And I'm so glad we got this one. And I believe this one sold out pretty quickly. And then there is more restock and it sold out pretty quickly because the figure itself looks really, really good. Just the detail, the paint, everything about it. And for the price for you're paying for 25 bucks, I really like it. But I will say though, the headpiece is a lot better. This one seems a bit more cheap. The headpiece, this one's a lot better quality. So, no offense, Donna Troy fans, you kind of screwed out because this is a really superior headpiece compared to this one. And since we're talking about Starfire, we have to include, of course, Nightwing on here. Here we have Nightwing from also the Titans Build-A-Figure wave. Here you have both of them next to each other. They look great next to each other. More comic accurate. I do like this Nightwing. The whole smirk just pops. And of course, we have Starfire. Boom, there you go. This will complete, well, not really complete, but it'll definitely get you there to complete the Titans display piece if you have one. And here we have the Titans all next to each other. We have Nightwing on here, Starfire, the Build-A-Figure figure, Beast Boy, Donna Troy, Raven, and of course Arsenal. There you go, next to each other. I think all of them next to each other look fantastic. The whole Titans wave has been really, really good. Raven is a really underrated figure. I think it looks really, really good. The only thing I'm kind of like iffy is just going to be her accessories, where you have to take off the hand, you have to put this on there. It looks kind of funny. I don't hate it, just kind of about it, but I don't care though. Here we have them together. Great standout, great addition to the DC Multiverse. We are missing a more Titans-ish Cyborg. We did get a Cyborg figure, the Build-A-Figure for the Flashpoint. And there is another Cyborg figure, which is the Justice League version. And, of course, the Young T-Titans show, whatever it's called, the animated one. But I know we all want a more comic accurate to complete the Titans wave. But nonetheless, here we have them next to each other. And it looks really, really, really nice. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with this figure? To plan to purchase this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to that support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of the Collector's Edition Starfire from the DC Rebirth era, and on to the next one.